Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a great show. They may piss some people off, but who cares? But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, if you guys remember, some of you may remember, a number of years ago, Phil Jackson, I believe, was the team president of the New York Knicks, right? And they gave him an exorbitant contract for that role. I believe they gave him a $60 million contract at the time. And his tenure with the New York Knicks did not go well at all, right? They didn't go well at all. But beyond the fact that it didn't pan out from a front office standpoint, Phil Jackson made some headlines a number of years ago where he referred to LeBron James's crew as a posse, right? And it turned into this entire thing about race, and is that a racial slur? Is he trying to be racist and all of that? And at the time, the general sentiment was that it's like it had like a racial undercurrent to it. That's what people thought. And at that time, I wasn't covering basketball, so I didn't have any say on it. But I remember while that was going on, right? While that went down. But over the last few weeks, as I've been witnessing what's been going on with the Lakers, especially since Rich Paul decided to become a podcaster and started doing his podcast, and some of the chaos that he's caused as the agent of chaos, and saying things about players should be traded, and the Lakers front office being frustrated with Rich Paul, I then began to realize, whoa, wait a minute, maybe Phil Jackson was referring to something else, right? Maybe it wasn't a racial thing. Maybe it was just like he's referring to this dude and his crew and how they move, right? So I had to go back and look at that article and revisit it and say, no. Maybe it meant something else. Maybe there wasn't a racial component to it. And maybe we needed to just kind of look at it from through a different lens now that we have more information and we're seeing how these guys used to operate behind the scenes. And we're seeing it open, how it happens in public. So we got an old article here from Bleacher Report that I want to read. But before we even get into it, today's video is brought to you by a sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. Prize Picks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week I'm really looking forward to some of these upcoming games. This week I'm picking Stephen Curry for more than 29 points. I'm picking Kevin Durant for more than 27 points. I'm picking Giannis Antetokounmpo for more than 12 rebounds, and I'm picking Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play safe, you'll love Prize Picks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Okay, excellent. So let's get into this article here. It says, Phil Jackson's comments on using the word posse to describe LeBron James' associates. New York Knicks president appeared on CBS Network We Need to Talk on December 6th and offered his first public comment on his decision to use the word posse when describing LeBron James' associates via James Herbert of CBS Sports. Herbert noted that host Lisa Leslie asked Jackson if he would like to take back his remarks. Jackson replied, "That's a topic I'm not going to discuss because, one, we're not supposed to discuss the other team's players in this position that I have. So I violated one of the tenets of our thing. And the obvious thing is the word itself carries connotation. And I just don't understand that part of it, the word. So I guess word choice could be something I could regret." Jackson didn't have an issue discussing the Cleveland Cavaliers superstar during an interview with Jake McCollum, McMullen, I can't say the name of ESPN. In November, he criticized James and used the word, "You can't hold up the whole team because you and your mom and your posse want to spend an extra night in Cleveland. I do know LeBron likes special treatment. The Cavaliers were in New York for a game against the Knicks on December 7th, and James said he was not interested in discussing Jackson's use of the word with the former coach while he and his teammates were there, per Dave McMenamin of ESPN. James also pointed to the racial undertones of the word, per Dave McMenamin. Didn't affect me, just how much further we still have to go and how far we still have to go as an African American, even in the light of today. James previously said of Jackson, I believe the only reason he used that word is because it's young African Americans trying to make a difference, per Jordan Hack of Sporting News. Dave McMenamin noted that that James lost respect because of that comment. All right. Here are my thoughts. And of course, Jay-Z commented on it. I think we took the wrong position at that time. I think now that we have more information, it wasn't about that. I think we took the wrong position. And I'm going to tell you why. Given the fact that he was talking about them holding up a plane because they wanted to spend an additional night in Cleveland, I think you can have an opinion on that. Number one. Number two, let's fast forward to the modern day. Let's come to the modern day. How would you describe how these guys move, bro? Talking about clutching these guys. How would you describe how they move? Do they move like angels and sweetheart and cupcakes? No. They moving like wolves, bro. They moving like wolves out here. You got NBA dudes, they got podcasts, afraid, running for the hills to give you an honest take on these cats, man. They running for the mountains, man. They're up there in the sticks, man, with the mountain lions hunting. They in the sticks right now. They don't want nothing to do with keeping it a bean over these subjects. Look at what's going down with the Lakers, bro. Look at the stuff that Rich Paul has been doing over the last week. Just look. And the only reason we know it now is because we can see it. We can see it in broad daylight because of the things he's been saying in the podcast. So imagine how these dudes been moving for all these years. And here's the other thing. Phil Jackson wasn't the first person to say this. They're the only one to say it. Pat Riley also tried to run that game on them, and he was like, no. So you have a situation where Phil Jackson is saying it. You have a situation where Pat Riley is like, nah, you're not running nothing over here, bro. I'm the boss on this team here. And then you witness what's going down with the Lakers. And I'm like, hold up. I don't think this got nothing to do with race. I think this got to do with how y'all move. You think LeBron is the only one that had a crew? Like, let's keep it. You think LeBron is the only one that had a crew? No other NBA players don't have no crews. Of course not. Of course not. When you got to put out statements of who controls the Lakers and this, we don't control the Lakers, that says something in the background. And Phil Jackson just had the balls to say it. And at the time, it was all this racial thing. Now that I'm looking back, I don't believe it was racial at all. I don't believe it was racial. And I think that at times LeBron used that racial thing to turn himself into a sympathy figure, because there were other times when he came to stand up for black men and he did not say a mumbling word. Do I need to refer you to Kyrie Irving? He piled on. He didn't even defend Kyrie. He piled on. Well, there's a black guy to defend. He didn't defend him. What about Russell Westbrook and all the stuff that was going on with him in LA when they were calling his family out of his name? Name one time when LeBron came out and said, hey, we need to knock this off. Enough is enough. We're losing as a team. Did he defend Russell Westbrook? No. So where's all of this black man, and all this black man nonsense? No, I think that what happened was he saw a role that he could play and he took advantage of it. And try to fashion himself as, oh, I'm the black guy and I'm the one standing up for black rights. I don't believe none of that, bro. You didn't stand up for Kyrie. You didn't even help him. You just went on there and threw Son right under the bus. When the whole NBA threw him under the bus, you threw him under the bus too. Talk about you got to be careful with the stuff you say. What did Kyrie Irving say? What did he say? Nothing. But you threw him under the bus. Plain and simple. So I am changing my mind on what I thought then. Now, given the fact that now I have more information, this offends some people. So what? You know what? So what? People are going to get offended anyway. People will be offended no matter what you say. But I'm changing my position on it, and I think Phil Jackson had a point. I don't think he was talking about all black people and black posse. No, I think he was talking about how these dudes move. And they tried to run game on Pat Riley in Miami, and Son said no. He said, no, y'all are not running nothing over here, bro. Y'all are not shareholders in the team. Y'all are not executives on the team. Y'all are not running nothing over here. And that was it. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts in the comment section. And we catch you guys on the next show. Peace.